Rich bitches, welcome back to the show. It's your host, Sophia Splino. Welcome back to Social Equity. It is a good time here. If you're listening, you're not average. You know you're not. And you feel a little guilty sometimes saying that out loud, don't you? Feel a little bit wrong about knowing that you're just worthy of it all? Feeling a little bit crazy for having these big desires in your soul? Feeling a little bit different than the family that just doesn't get it? Feeling a little bit more driven than the people around you? Well, it might be time to get some new people if the people around you aren't driven or don't want to understand what you're creating. But know that you have a community here on the show, women who are around the world, knowing that they were created to do big things and using social media and sales strategy and marketing to get what they want. Now, I want you to get what you want. And if you haven't already, you need to check out my free resources because I offer so fucking much for free 99, baby. So in the show notes, after you listen to the episode, be sure to grab my free guide. It's going to help you audit your social media so that you can stop wasting time posting and start profiting from what you do. Be sure to grab it. If I have any live events, you're going to see that in the show notes. And oh my goodness, there's just so much free shit in the show notes. Go get it. I wish that I would have had someone teach me the things that I'm teaching you. So that's why these resources exist. Because if I had the tools and if I had the coach, I would have been making so much money sooner. Actually, I added it up the other day. It really pissed me the fuck off. So right now on a quote unquote bad month, I make about $20,000. And and I'm recording this in June. 20,000 is the lowest. I've recently had over a $50,000 month. And if I would have learned what I know now sooner, I would have made $130,000 more a year. Like, I need you to just let that sink in. $130,000 more a year that I left on the table. Now add that up for 3 years. That's nearly $400,000 that I left on the table for waiting 3 years to get really good at what I do. I don't want you to waste that time. I want you to get to the next level in your business faster than I did. I want you to feel fully supported. That's why I record these episodes. So if you have a business bestie, send her this podcast. Share the love. Share what you learn because we can rise together. And I wish I had these tools, and that's why I share them. Well, today, the tool that I'm going to be talking about is called the Pomodoro Technique. Have you heard of it? Okay, I'm going to explain what it is. And even if you have heard of it, it's something that I would challenge you to start implementing in your daily life. I run a big business now. I didn't see this becoming what I did, honestly. Like coaching plus content creation and getting paid for that, plus having an agency. It's a lot at one time and manage it all very well. But the way that I do it is by segmenting my time. And I think it's really important, whether you're at ground zero in your business or you have a business even bigger than mine, that you go back to practicing very focused time slots in your day. So my calendar as a successful entrepreneur probably looks different than the average person's calendar. I schedule out when I'm eating. I schedule out when I am going to probably take a power nap in the day. I schedule out my clients. I schedule out my VIP time. I schedule out my workouts. Every day is very regimented, and there's room for flexibility and there's room for breaks, but the time on my calendar is very focused. So there's only 2 things you need to do to practice the Pomodoro method. You need an alarm, which I use my iPhone for, and you need a notebook. So this is how it works. When you're ready to start doing this technique, you're going to focus on a single task. Some people call this short time interval monotasking, meaning that you're focusing on one thing. And the reason that this is so powerful is because a lot of times, as a female entrepreneur, we've got a lot on our plate. Like, I am the woman doing the work in my business or managing the people working in my business. Plus, I'm creating my marketing content. Plus, I'm advising throughout the day. There's a lot of hats that I wear. So when I focus all of my energy and creativity for a certain amount of time for a specific task, all of my life force, every gift God gave me can come out. But if my energy is spread thin and I'm trying to answer too many emails while I'm absorbing this or that, it is overconsumption and my brain gets scattered. I will actually be doing damage to my nervous system. I don't know about you, but like literally, sometimes when you have all these incoming messages and emails and you just feel overwhelmed. And so what I recommend you do is leave your phone on do not disturb. And when you're doing a task where you're communicating with someone, that's when you go to that app and you open that app. But other than that, leave your phone on do not disturb. And then also, if you have to keep something on, only allow like the contacts, the VIP contacts, or in my case, I use Voxer for my VIP clients. Only that app can make a ping, right? So there's different modes you can set in your do not disturb settings, and it's really important that you separate this for yourself. But back to the method, the Pomodoro method. I love this, and it's so easy. So you're going to grab a notebook and you're going to keep it next to you at your desk or for whatever task you're doing. And you're only going to focus on a single task. So you can work on your computer, you can work on your phone, whatever you're doing, focusing on a single task, and you're going to set the timer on your phone for the amount of time that you're dedicating to that task. And you don't need to feel pressure to do more than 25 minutes. In fact, 25 minutes is the recommended time. And then you take about a 2 to 5 minute break. For me, I do 25 minutes on, then 5 minutes off, take a break, go refill my water. I have emotional support water, coffee, tea. Actually, I don't really drink traditional coffee anymore. I've been on a reishi mushroom coffee kick, which is fan-fucking-tastic. And I feel like it just stimulates my brain so much better. And I don't feel like a caffeinated jitter. So that's what I'm on. None of that's sponsored. I don't even tell you the brand I drink. I just love the reishi coffee. Anyway, aside from the point, I set a timer for 25 minutes and I only focus on the task that I am dedicated to getting done during that time. And then if any thoughts come to my head, like I need to do this or that, or I need to remember this or anything, I write it down on the notebook next to me. So I can be working on the computer, but I will write down and take a note in the notebook as needed. Super, super duper important. That way you're not breaking your focus, but you're not stressed that you're going to forget something, that you have that notebook out. Now, the Pomodoro method is something that you're going to rinse and repeat. So you're going to do 25 minutes of intense focus on one task. Then you're going to go to take a break, then 25 minutes, then a short break, then 25 minutes. And you'll do this about 3 to 4 times. And then you can take a more extended break of about 15 to 30 minutes. And this is how I am able to get so much done in the day, because I schedule out my calls and I schedule out content creation time. And the reason I'm sharing this with you isn't just about the task in your day. People always tell me, Sophia, how do you create so much content? And believe me, I have a lot of content. At any given moment, I have at least 40 drafts of content. The way that I'm able to do this is I do a daily content countdown, which is the Pomodoro Technique for content. I literally will every single day focus on making content for at least 30 minutes a day. It needs to be done. Whether I need it or not, I'm going to create content. In fact, in this modern day and age, unless you're paying for ads, content creation daily needs to be one of the foundational steps you take every day to grow your business. And if it's not, then you're not going to be making any money. So can you apply the Pomodoro technique into a daily content countdown? Yeah, absolutely. I'll set my timer for 25 minutes, and during that time, I don't do anything but work on a reel or a TikTok or a story. It's so important. And I think we get caught up writing captions. We make things so difficult, when in reality, we should have a few plug and play call to actions at the end of our captions. We should ask a question at the beginning of our captions, like a Googleable question. We should have a very short piece of meat, especially if the video is explaining the answer to the question. Then you really don't need that much data in the body of the caption. And then the call to action. So it should be Googleable question or triggering headline as your first line of your caption. Then the meat of your caption, that would be like the answer or just a little more detail. And then the call to action. The call to action, you should copy and paste. You should have a few different options. It should be very simple. You should know exactly what you need to say. Your call to action is your elevator speech, entrepreneurs. Okay. So that's what I do. And before I go, I want to leave you with a few quick prompts that you can apply to the Pomodoro Technique so you can set your timer and do a daily content countdown. You can start today. In fact, I'm going to give you some prompts for the next few days. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm excited because if you apply these, you'll be able to create probably 2 pieces of content in 25 minutes. Or at the very least, you'll be able to create a full piece of content, including the caption, the cover photo, and the actual video itself. Are you ready? It's pretty simple. 1, you need to download CapCut. You need to take advantage of CapCut templates. You need to take advantage of CapCut templates. They perform so well, especially if they start a little blurry. And I also love CapCut, even if I'm in Instagram, because Instagram's text does not show clearly overlaid a video unless you pull down the exposure and make it darker so you can see the white text. And the outline on Instagram text is just not aesthetically pleasing. So I love getting in CapCut, doing a very simple outline text and running with it. Highly recommend it for you too, because it doesn't look so branded that it looks like an ad. Like, just stick to something pretty simple when you're creating text on your videos. If you want to get super fancy, do a headline, but like in brand colors, but just keep it simple. The next piece of advice I'm going to give you, first one's CapCut templates. Second one is going to be share a real story. And the hook that I'm going to give you today, write it down. This hook will change your life. This could change your entire business. All you need to say is my exact steps to go from A to Z, whatever that is for you. My exact steps that I healed a client's back from A to Z if you're a chiropractor. My exact steps to curing blah, blah, blah if you're in any sort of all-natural health thing. My exact steps to regulating my clients' periods. My exact steps to winning a case. My exact steps to whatever your career is. There you go. My exact steps to sell a house in less than 30 days if you're a realtor, letting people know that your turnover is quick and you're good at what you do. Tell a story. Use that prompt. Now, the next thing that you can do is talk about something in the moment that just happened. This is so easy. I do this every single day in my stories. I share an example of something that just happened, a light bulb moment for me or for a client. I share about what just happened on my lesbian TikTok account, something that just happened that keeps the audience really engaged because it's telling like the story of my life. It's a moment to create intimacy with your audience, okay? Talk about something that just happened. Share a personal story. Share a moment. And if you don't want to share a video, which I highly recommend in your stories, you can always take a selfie and like type over it. And that way people know a story, something personal in real time from this day, or at least pretend it's in real time. The next thing I want you to do is share behind the scenes footage with real value bombs on top. So for me, I'll sometimes take videos of me walking up with my laptop or me typing or me talking to a client, and then I'll overlay some value bombs, some advice, something that I'm teaching, something that will be valuable to my audience, to my target audience. So what is that for you? If you're a dating coach, maybe you are filming yourself talking to a client, or filming yourself arranging some flowers and then overlaying some text with dating advice, and really establishing why you're the authority. And I think these value bomb videos where you're sharing behind the scene footage and you're overlaying text, you can do this with the CapCut templates as well. This is an opportunity for you to create content that is relatable to everyone. So it doesn't always have to be specifically educational, like going to nurture your audience. It can be even broader, because CapCut templates have the ability, like the viral ability. So you might as well use those templates to share the things that are a little bit more broad. Because I'm always talking about talking to your ideal clients. But for example, if you're a dating coach and you tell a story of how you helped a client go from specifically never getting on dating apps after a divorce for 5 years and getting back into the dating game and meeting someone, okay, that's very specific. That's telling a real story. Love to hear it. However, if you're trying to create outreach content that is going to reach new people and collect new leads, then maybe you fish with a broader net and you create a video on a CapCut template and you say something like a dating quote that is relatable, that maybe it's a mantra you tell your clients, maybe it's just a famous quote, and the video is something that is able to be shared, or something relatable and funny about dating, or annoying about dating, something that people can relate to, something that someone would send their bestie. And that will raise your viral ability potential because it's something that is shareable with their friends. Think about it this way. When you create content that is educational, I'm getting tongue twisted, educational, it is savable. Your ideal client wants to save it and come back to it. They're going to learn about you. They're going to want to pay you to be the expert, the one who's going to help them. When you create content that is shareable, that is going to be content that is relatable, that is funny, that is valuable, but ultimately relatable, because it's the type of content you send to your friends, whether it's funny or you know they're going through something tough and need the support. So always ask yourself those two questions before you create. Is this shareable? Is this savable? And I challenge you this week to use more CapCut templates, tell a real story in a longer form, short form video, my exact steps to go from A to Z. That is your prompt. Next challenge, talk about something in the moment that just happened, whether it was to you or to a client in your stories. And 4, share behind the scenes footage with real value bombs on top or relatable quotes on top on that behind the scenes footage. I am so glad that you're here today. I want to see you implement the Pomodoro Technique with a daily content countdown. DM me to let me know you're doing it. DM me and let me know which content you created now that you're feeling focused, and know that I'm really proud of you. I know as an entrepreneur, it can feel lonely sometimes, but you are not alone. You're not. I know what it's like to sit and hustle. I know what it's like. For the last year and a half, I have sat in a very small space because I left my house and got an apartment that I could afford because I didn't know I was going to make so much money. And I have been in this space for a year and a half hustling my ass off. Know that if I can do this, you can do it. And what's really cool is now that I'm doing well, I'm taking time and dreaming up my dream house and waiting for it to just make itself available to me. I freaking love my life. And I want you to get to a place where you freaking love your life. And even if, like me, you're working and hustling in a small space, feeling alone, like you're like, I'm just hustling my ass off. No, you're not. There's a community of women who are dedicated to building their brands in this season of life so they can really enjoy the next season. Everything I do is setting myself up for a very gentle future. And I want you to do the same. But I'm not going to lie to you, sweetheart. It does take work. You're going to be putting in work now. Can you do it? Can you be consistent? Can you put a content countdown for yourself on each day? I believe in you. I know you can. If you haven't already, grab my free guide. It will help you audit your social media so that you can make money when you post on the internet. This guide could change your brand, could change your business forever. It is a great place to get started. It's absolutely free. It is in the show notes. Join me on Instagram Live at 8 p.m. on Monday nights. And if you're looking for some coaching and you're ready to really level the fuck up, like not playing around, and build a real business and a real brand, you're going to want to join my group coaching program. It is the most magical membership on the internet. And every week we grow and we hustle and things happen because we're holding each other accountable. Massive transformations happen in the membership. Massive. One of my clients just went from 30,000 followers to 130,000 followers. Her brand and business will be changed forever. She'll never have to worry about where money is coming from again. Ever. So if you're ready to invest in yourself, I like to think of the membership like literally it's less than getting a college education. What would 6 months with me do? Like what would 6 months of working with me do? 6 months with me for one client built her coaching and influencer business through the roof. 3 months of working with me for one client got her easily to be able to make $10,000 months, like literally with no care in the world. 4 months with me for one client means she'll never have to do a free consultation again, and she's set up as the expert in her field. 3 sessions with me for one client completely changed her life. That was all it took. She just took off. When you join the membership, you're not obligated to stay super long. You can come in for a month, you can come in for 3 months, you can come in for 6 months. You can make the commitment for a year, and there's benefits to that. You can look at the link in the show notes and see what's the right fit for you. But just do the thing that puts a fire under your butt, to make change, to be consistent, to really grow a real business, to stop treating social media like a hobby, and to profit from your purpose. It's time to stop spinning your wheels, trying to build your brand alone on social media. I'm Sophia, the host of Social Equity, and I can't wait to give you the first steps to go from 0 to 5K months and advance to 10 to 15K months. Or if you are already hitting 6 figures, the strategy to hit your next level. Here's why you should lean in and listen to the social media secrets, sales tips, marketing strategies, and mindset hacks that I share. After over 8 years in the industry, amassing over 350,000 followers across platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as hosting a top charting podcast and helping powerful women build purposeful, profitable personal brands, I want to help you build your dream business that makes real money, leveraging the power of a personal brand on social media. Because you're ready to quit wasting time on content that isn't working and start bringing in the money you deserve as a purpose-led coach or service provider, sharing your gifts with the world. For a limited time, I'm giving away your first steps to go from 0 to 5K moms and advance to 10 to 15K moms. If you're serious about taking real action and creating real impact with your business, grab my free guide to set yourself up for business success in less than 1 hour. Just go to the link in the show notes. And for more free support, join me on Instagram Live for Content to Profit live trainings. And if you're tired of posting without maximal profit, then you want to join the Profitable Personal Brand Coaching membership. I designed this coaching membership for female coaches, service providers, and entrepreneurs who want to be known for purposeful work and build an extremely profitable personal brand on social media without wasting time. Can you imagine if your revenue doubled or tripled with the help of strategic social media? Because I want to help you create content and business strategy that gets you to consistent $10,000 to $20,000 months. So if you're stuck at generating less than $5,000 a month in revenue from social media, this is the membership for you. If you're committed to taking action in just 3 months to a year of working with me, your life and business could never be the same. And if you need one-on-one support, whether you're a novice at creating or you're feeling stuck, hitting a plateau in a business that once had consistent revenue and needs strategic consulting to get to your next level, you can book a private breakthrough session with me. If you feel yourself come alive and get excited to take radical responsibility for building your own social equity, your personal brand that no one can take from you, leave a 5-star rating with a kind review wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to share the show with a powerful woman you know. And remember, with a positive mindset and a profitable personal brand, all things are possible. So get up and go get what you want.